is the interface between the government of Liberia and the wider public. And so your presence here continue to make our job easier, continue to enhance the function of this press conference. And we want to say thanks for your commitment to supporting the work of the Ministry of Information. With that being said, today is a very special day. Last week, Minister Pia announced that we have a team of individuals that head one of the critical sectors of our country, the energy sector. And true to his word, we already have 2 deputies from the NEC. I'm told the managing director is almost here. But then you see the conspicuous presence of the president's special envoy on investment. And you may have heard in the news yesterday that the general manager of TAF Africa Global is in the country. I will not say much about that. Minister Pia, the official spokesperson of the government of Liberia, when he mounts the podium, will tell you everything you know about why they are here and how Liberia stands to benefit. So the rundown is that Minister Pia will make additional comments about the special guests that are here. And then when he concludes with the comments, the guests from TAF Africa Global will speak. And then I'm told they have other engagement to attend to leave. This press conference will give exclusive attention to the managing director of the LEC, who will make his presentation. With that being said, I want to encourage you to please give the podium your undivided attention as I now invite to the microphone our distinguished Minister of Information, the Honorable Jeremiah Matthew Pia.
Okay, good afternoon to all of you. We have a little change in our usual protocol today. Instead of the usual presentation from the ministry followed by the guest, I will just say something about the guest that I'm about to call in briefly, and then he will come out and speak. You will have the chance to just interact with him briefly because he's engaged, he has to go. And after that, we'll sit back and allot all the time to the team from the LEC. If they utilize the entire time, then we'll not say anything further. If they don't, then maybe towards the end, the ministry will say something in addition to what I'm about to do. Otherwise, then you will hear from us on Thursday, but I think the topics that are here are very important. And the LEC is, in my mind, one of the star sectors of the administration. They've not had this kind of engagement with you members of the press here at the Ministry of Information. So we want to really give them the time to talk about the sector, but at the same time give them more time to interact with you, the journalists. But before the LEC team does that, you are all aware, it's already in the news that TAF Africa Global Limited, under the leadership of the group's managing director, Mr. Mustafa Njayi, has officially commenced a high-level investment mission in Liberia, and that took place at the personal invitation of President Boakai. Its week-long visit centers on a transformative proposal to develop a 500-unit affordable housing and smart city project on approximately 500 hectares near Monrovia. The initiative is designed to directly address Liberia's housing deficit, generate employment, upgrade critical infrastructure and facilitate home ownership for the diaspora. The mission is expected to culminate, and I think they've done that already. They signed an MOU along with other key agreements, marking a significant step towards attainable urban development economic partnership between TAF Africa Global and the Liberian government. He met with the president yesterday, which was a very historic step. They signed a non-disclosure agreement with the government of Liberia. And all this marks the beginning of serious discussions around the proposed 5,000 unit affordable housing. We thought it was important to give him the chance to interact with all of you, since this is the assembly point of all journalists operating in Liberia. So I would now like to invite for some remarks Mr. Mustafa Njayi, who will briefly speak to you, and then you interact with him shortly. And after that, then you will have the managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, Mr. Njayi.
Thank you. Thank you, and good afternoon. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for the introduction. Let me first start by thanking His Excellency, the President, Mr. Joseph Boakai. My name is Mustafa Njayi. I am the CEO of TAF Africa Global. TAF Africa Global is a Pan-African housing development company that I started 36 years ago. I am born Gambian, raised Gambian, and started my business in the Gambia. Fast track, today we are registered in 9 African countries, and we are active in 3 of them. In the Gambia, where I was born, Sierra Leone, and Nigeria. In 2021, we embarked on a mission to develop 1 million affordable homes across the continent of Africa. To date, TAF City is ongoing with 500 hectares and 5,000 affordable homes. There are people living there already. Then in Nigeria, we are developing the Greater TAF City, a development of 20,000 affordable homes. Already people are living in the development. And in Sierra Leone, there's the development of TAF Salone Micro City with a development of 5,000 units. It will be on a 500 hectares of land. Upon the invitation of His Excellency, the President of Liberia, through the Ambassador Mohamed Ba, we arrived 2 days ago in Liberia. And as the Minister said, yesterday we had very fruitful meetings with the President and other top government officials. We're here for the next 5 days, boots on the ground, as we said, and to register our business and start going. Yesterday, the first question that the President asked was, when are you going to start? And my response was yesterday, meaning we have already started. I'm sure all of you in the press have seen how much Liberians have embraced this initiative. And here we are, and I will take any questions that you have on these initiatives. Thank you.
So let's take a few questions so he can leave, and then we continue the press conference. Those of you who have a question, maybe 5 at most. Yeah, 5, just 5. Formula, just 5.
Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Desmond, and I am Professor Washington Street. Thanks for to see you, and let me say welcome to the land of sunshine and liberty. You know, since our arrival, we as investigative journalists, while it's true we appreciate the expansion of the companies in the area, but we too have been interested in terms of investigating your company's profile. And permit me to bring to your attention, as part of our investigation for the past 2 days, there has been some alleged posts in the Gambia when you started, besides the land claimed to be owned by a group of people named the Bruford Land Restoration. And this report has been there in the Gambia alleging your company in terms of claiming ancestral land and using it to construct affordable homes for these people that have been profit driven. So we are concerned now that you are in Liberia, and with this disturbing alleged report there from Gambia when you started, consists of similar issues of these kind of allegations. Now you are into Liberia, considering the consistent crisis of land we are experiencing in West African countries, and Liberia is of no exception. How do you confront with these reports back to your home country, and how do you intend to build the trust of the Liberian people with the existing reports of alleged, accusation of ancestral land here in the country?
Shall I respond?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am glad you said alleged. The allegations can be done by anybody, and that's an allegation. And now, when there's an allegation, you refer it back to the court of law. Every country is governed by law. And the allocation of this specific land was 26 years ago. So 26 years ago, we have never been dragged into any legal tussle as far as the land is concerned. As a developer, we have no right and we have no might to step onto any parcel of land without legal documentation. So government had the authority to allocate land, like being allocated to so many other investments, and we are not the only one who are allocated. Government has a policy in land allocation, as we are doing here now, stepping into Liberia. We are not just moving into any land. We are going through the government, started with the president, and then going to the right authority, and they will go through due process to make land allocation where it's possible. An allegation is an allegation until proven right. And if nobody can prove the right for the past 26 years, I don't think it carries any water. Thank you.
My name is Nabisa, and I report for Star TV. What will Liberia benefit from the company instead of bringing such huge investment into the country?
Well, thank you. Every country, including the most advanced countries in the world, look out for investments, private investment, especially housing. So therefore, the first benefit that any country will benefit from, including in Liberia, is shelter, making affordable housing. And that's what we are known for. TAF Africa Global is the leading affordable housing developer in Africa. You can do your own due diligence. You are journalists. You can go ahead and do it. We have won 3 times the affordable housing developer being awarded by the Affordable Housing Organization in South Africa. 3 consecutive times, we have also won the Affordable Housing Company of the Year in Nigeria, a population of 230 million inhabitants. So that's one benefit. We provide shelter, we provide housing. The other benefit is employment. Because for every house that we build, we create 25 direct jobs, starting from masons, carpenters, electricians, laborers, and you name it. Then comes the indirect job. Everybody knows that on a work site, there's indirect jobs. Even those who sell food to the workers will benefit. Those who supply materials, sand, stones, you name it. So we also provide indirect benefit. Into the economy, because when we build houses, remember, we bring in finance. When you bring finance into the country, it tells on the country's GDP. And for Liberia, to be specific, there's quite a number of Liberians who are living in the diaspora, and they buy in hard currency. So we're assisting, bringing back Liberians who are outside, who go through a lot in buying homes to get houses. Now, the fourth, and not the final, is the environment. We look after the environment. We have a company policy that every house that we build, we plant 10 new trees. 5 of them must be fruit trees. So these are all the benefits that we can list, just 4 of them, major benefits, and there are a lot more.
Thank you, CEO. My name is Alex Isumo, and I report for Today Liberia Television. We appreciate for the extension of your company to Liberia. But Liberians are listening to you. They want to know, what does this mean for Liberians? And clearly tell Liberians a bit about job creation in your company. Thank you.
But I think maybe I can just dilate more. I mean, I responded to that. But let me also just go further. Silent, please. First, let me tell you. Let me go now into how this is structured when we come into a country. Remember, this is the third country that we are operating in. So when we come in as TAF Africa Global, I mean a company that is 36 years old, it means that if you are 36 years old, you have been tried and tested. And you can go into the World Wide Web to do your own due diligence. But when we step in, we register our company locally. So we will register TAF Liberia Limited. We're engaging the lawyers to get it registered. Once it's registered, the project is channeled through what we call a special purpose vehicle. It's a public-private partnership. So we partner with the Liberian government. So the Liberian government has a stake in this business. So it is not 100% privately owned by TAF, but the Liberian government, which is your government, our government, will also have shares in this business. So this is a direct benefit to the Liberian people. Employment, I have said so. We do know that the population in every African country is made of about over 60% who are youth. And the youth need employment. So yes, the houses will be built by Liberians. So that's a major benefit for employment.
Thank you, sir. My name is Joseph Saleh. I work for TV. I want to know how decentralized we hospital will be. It will just be in Monrovia, and I want to know the range of how much will be sending for low income on the schools can afford to maybe around 35,000-40,000 at a house. And B to that question, since you arrived in Monrovia, what different has it deserved in the city?
Okay, thank you. First, let me start by saying, like housing, like any commodity, comes with the equation is cost plus margin. There's a cost to building a house. We don't produce cement. We don't produce any of the materials that you need to buy to build a house. So that is a cost that must be passed on to the buyer. So that's one thing. So for the houses, we are going to have a feasibility study done. We are going to have our consultants who are going to come around and do a feasibility study. Now, in terms of location, as the previous journalist asked, land, and my response was, land is being allocated by the government. We don't have any right to step into any parcel of land without it being contributed or allocated by government. So we leave it to government to suggest the parcels of land that are available, and that's where we will do the development. In general, and learning from other countries that we have developed, mostly we decongest the city. We try to decongest the city. So on average, wherever we develop will be about 1 hour drive away from the city. That's a matter of principle. That look, because of the type of housing that we are building, I mean, we are building new cities and micro cities. And in general, it's on a live, work, and play concept. So people who live in those cities don't have to drive every morning to come to Monrovia. So by doing so, it decongests the city. So that's what we are looking forward to. We haven't done inspections yet. We haven't seen the proposals yet. Now, based on the proposals and allocations done by government, that's where the development will take place.
Good afternoon, CEO Dai. My name is Maria Phillips. I am from the newspaper. We have come to get the cost in Liberia, approximately 5,000. Tell what the cost of the investment we take to build our country in that extent. We also want to know whether you are aware of the National Housing Authority, which is also responsible for housing activities in Liberia. Are you working in sync with the National Housing Authority? Finally, you are in nine countries. We're already in city for now.
Okay, first, look, cost we cannot determine now, unless we do a study. As I talk to you now, I don't even know the cost of cement in Liberia. I don't know the cost of building materials in Liberia. I don't know the cost of labor in Liberia. What constitutes the house, I don't know the cost yet. So anybody who's asking about cost, you're trying to beat the gun. We cannot tell you the cost now. And I have said so that we're going to bring in experts who is going to do both a market study and a feasibility study. The feasibility study will be done looking at all these prices, looking at the designs, and then computing it to say, look, this is the price that we are going to sell it for. That's number one. So we cannot tell you the price now. Number two is the housing authority. Yesterday, when we met the president, the head of the National Housing Authority was there. So yes, we're going to work together. We're going to work with all the government concerns and units that have something to do with housing. It is a partnership, and we come in with our expertise, and our expertise comprises with technical, human resources, financial resources, but we make sure that we include domestic resources as much as possible. So yes, we're going to work together with the housing authority. Finally, it's a big thank you to all of you. I mean, you are here to disseminate information. I tell people all the time that anything that you want to know about me, just consult my uncle. You all know my uncle, don't you? Do you know my uncle? No. Uncle Google. So if you consult my uncle or my auntie YouTube, it will tell you everything about us. This world today, that's what we have in our hands that we don't have probably 50 years ago. If you do your due diligence and you search up Tough Africa Global, we are on all socials. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on X, even on TikTok. And I have a page personally that I manage myself. So if you want to even talk to me, every comment that has been coming in, since I arrived 2 days ago in Liberia, it has gone viral. And I try to respond to every comment. I take 2-3 hours and directly deal. We are very transparent. And I want to also assure Liberians that Tough Africa Global is a pan-African company being built, being developed. In my team, I have my personal assistant, Lucky, who is my personal assistant at the global level, but he's Nigerian. He was hired 13 years ago, and he is the personal assistant for the group, for me as the managing director. My media team, one is from Nigeria, one is from Sierra Leone. My technical team are mixed. I have all nationalities in our group, including Liberians, and we haven't started Liberia yet. So we want this company to be accepted, to be seen as a pan-African company. That's what Africa is looking for. I share the same color with all of you. I look alike with all of you, and we serve as an inspiration to these new young ones. I started working in construction 50 years ago. 50 years ago, I started as a carpenter. And today, I stand operating throughout the continent of Africa. So my role here is not only to come and build houses, make money, and move away. No. At my age now, I am here to inspire you young Africans that yes, we can make it in this continent, and that's exactly what we are doing here. I represent people like Aliko Dangote, who all of you know as the richest black man, who's about my age. Today, he owns the biggest petroleum refinery in the world. His cement factories have spanned across the continent. I represent people like Tony Elomelo. I'm sorry, those of you who follow him, you can see what we're doing. That's the generation of Africans that we represent. That we are not only here to make money, fill our pockets, and live like some investors did, who are non-Africans, but we are here to stay. We are here to inspire the young ones. And that's my last word. I hope that we will be received with open arms, understanding that Tough Liberia Limited is beyond Mustafa Njai, the individual. Our vision should be completed in the next 37 years, and I can bet my last dollar that I will not be here to see the end of the vision. And that's what a visionary did. And I will quote Nelson Mandela as I close. He has a very common saying, and he said, it always seems impossible until it is done. So for us, we're here. There's nothing like what we are doing now here in Liberia. Some people probably they took that, they probably thought it was too risky. But for us, we have a very huge appetite for risk. We don't see any high risk in this country. And hopefully, in the next few months, you will see TAF Liberia Limited in action with houses being built. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Can I, I don't know who will be the lucky, who will be, let me just, sorry to intervene. I don't know who will be the lucky ones. And Honorable Minister, I want you to leave this so you can raffle it. I mean, as part of the things that I do, in terms of, Honorable Minister, can you come in? I'll just show you this. In terms of, I have a foundation, which is called the TAF Africa Foundation, with 8 different initiatives. And this I set up when I turned 60. I am 69 now, almost 70. So under my foundation, 1% of the company's revenue is put in. So I authored a book called TAF the Builder. It's for young kids to read so that they can be confident by reading this. It's my journey, and I can leave free copies around. Maybe you can do a raffle and then see who will be the lucky winner.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Thank you. God bless.
Out there. We are here today to provide clarification to you. And ordinarily, we at LEC, we don't blame the people that are not technical folks, that do not clearly understand the way we operate. So it is our responsibility at the LEC to inform our people. And this is the reason why the minister and myself, we've been talking over the weeks to say, let us explain to the Liberian people. There are certain circumstances that are peculiar just to Liberia, but there are some that are peculiar to the region, which also has spillover effect on us. So we are here today to explain everything to you. So, like you said, perception without proper understanding leads to what? Deception. So if you can provide the right information, the wrong information will fill that space. So when did we pick up LEC in terms of generation? When we took over in April of last year, to be specific, just today making 1 year, when we were inducted into office by our board of directors. And by the way, let me extend thanks and appreciation to the board of directors of the LEC for their strategic guidance, leadership, and oversight. We had total generation capacity at about 94 megawatts. The 8 megawatt installed capacity.
We have installed capacity and available capacity. So what is available at the thermal plant now is about 16 megawatts out of the 38. Then in Mount Coffee, during the period of the Mount Coffee, the rainy season, 57 megawatts. So when you pull the two together, you have 70-something megawatts. Now, I can tell you, let me clear that myth. But before coming to that, we've been able to, using our arrest agenda, because that is our guiding post. The president has got a vision that by the year 2030, each and every Liberian, 75% of each and every Liberian should have access to reliable, affordable electricity. And the access then was around 32%. Today, we are 38%. We are on a trajectory to achieving the 75%. And when you look at our commitment under the Compact, there is a plan called Compact, developed by the government of Liberia, supported by our partners. In that agenda, we need to connect 75% of the population to electricity. And what that means in real numbers, 100,000 connections on a yearly basis. 60,000 on grid, 40,000 off grid. That means where our grids not connected. So for last year alone, we connected over 63,000 connections. And in addition to that, we realized that our grid, aging grid, after the war, most of the interventions that were done, some were done on emergency basis, some were done 10 years back. You see transformers damage, some of the grid aging. We needed to reinforce, replace most of them. Last year alone, we replaced over 400 transformers. We upgraded our grid system. We extended connections to places that over 40 years we've not had electricity. That include part of Louisiana side, Breville, Bento. And if you can see now, when you walk on the street at night, not only did we connect the first phase from ELW to the EBK barracks, but we also went around the Boystein Junction into Marshall, and we took it from the airport coming to Disco Hill. We are about to complete where the quota, the road, the pavement of the road is completed. Beyond that, within Monrovia, we've gone into community we call the GAPS community. Because in the past, we realized that some communities were connected, while others were left, they jump over some communities, confusion here and there. So what we decided to do, when we took over, we decided to fill these gaps from the LEC generated revenues and support from the national budget as well. Support from our partners through the project, to be specific, the World Bank, the African Development Bank, the European Union, and the German Development Bank. So all these connections, all these interventions have led to significant increase in our demand. So if we address 34, now we are around 143 megawatts. Now, your demand is increasing, but your generation remains flat. Why is it that the generation remains flat? Because generation, you don't develop it overnight. It is not something that you go off the shelf, you go and buy it and just come and install it. Like you just go and buy a generator in the store and plug it. No. For the national scale, we call it utility scale power generation. You have to first go and put in your order to the manufacturer to manufacture. But what is happening now with the introduction of AI? It has created huge demand for power. When you enter ChatGPT, for every second ChatGPT is operating, it's consuming huge electricity in the data centers. So these data centers, they need electricity. So what happened? They form queue with these manufacturers. If you were to go to GE to produce a turbine, GE will tell you your turbine will be available in 36 months because sometimes you have 100 companies in the queue, and most of those companies are there with cash. So this is how they lack the lead time to produce power generation. It is not as people think. Once you're ready for the generation, you just go and buy and bring it. So you listen to the president doing the State of the Union Nation address. The president said by year 2030, it is our clear mission, objective to have available capacity, installed capacity, 700 megawatts, a mix of hydro, thermal, solar, gas, thermal, by the year 2030. Based on that vision of the president, we are moving aggressively to move and have for the Liberian people 700 megawatts by that time. And we have 3 buckets. We have the bucket for the short term. What can we do now while the Liberian people are happy? At the same time, concentrating what we do in the medium term, then we look into the future term. And as we always say, we use our short-term instrument to ensure our long-term sustainability. That is why we at LEC, we are moving. That's why you don't see us too much on social media. We allow our results to speak for themselves. So I'm speaking today to you that the government is not sitting on a generation to meet the demand, the current demand. In a medium term, we will start from there. We are trying to quickly address that by bringing in thermal plant quickly, so that when we're ready, we can put it on to generate electricity for our people. Now, I want to also mention one thing. In the absence of the equivalent generation to meet our current demand, we have no other option but to depend on regional inputs. This is why we are importing from Cote d'Ivoire and importing from Guinea as part of our regional power pool. I used to head the CLSG, West African Power Pools, Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. Pick that up from 0 to where it is today. Almost 20 million people benefiting from that interconnection. So I'm speaking to you from a position of strength in terms of information to tell you that on the CLSG line, anybody can put electricity on the line to transmit it to any of the 14 countries. We are connected to the 14 West African countries, including Morocco, and Morocco is connected to Spain. So if I need power from Cote d'Ivoire, maybe it is 14 cents. If I need power from Guinea, some power purchase agreement with them. So at the beginning, we signed power purchase agreement with Cote d'Ivoire only. At that time, the land connecting Guinea was not completed. It stopped in Sierra Leone called Bumbuna to Kamakoy. So Guinea used to take power from Cote d'Ivoire to supply Sierra Leone, which is also Guinea. Now, as that's completed, Then power started floating on the CLSG land from Linsan, that is the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea. Power coming from Guinea onto yeah. Now, we signed a PPA with Cote d'Ivoire for 50 megawatts. We signed a power purchase agreement with Guinea, 30 megawatts. Now, I hear people say, oh, but you are not getting enough from Guinea. And let me tell you this. During the rainy season, everybody benefits, including everybody in the region. Cote d'Ivoire has hydro, Guinea has hydro. Geological condition in these countries, including ourselves, when there is lower level of water, they themselves feel it. So if you're losing, say for instance, in Cote d'Ivoire, 200 megawatts, that will also affect your total availability. And you first need to concentrate in feeding your people. So the load shedding is not peculiar only to Liberia. That's why at the beginning of my statement, I said, certain thing happening is it cut across the entire region, including Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Rwanda, Nigeria. Some are load shedding 300 megawatts, some are 200, and we are the least in terms of load shedding, less than 30 megawatts. And in fact, in recent weeks, in the past week or so, we've gone as low as between 10 to 15 megawatts. And our objective is to go 0 megawatts of load shedding. And I tell my people, I say, don't blame the people. We went straight 9 months in the history of post-war Liberia to go without load shedding. 0 load shedding, we're moving. People used to that. All of a sudden, you create a shock, then you start a load shedding. It is our responsibility to explain to the Liberian people, yes, we hear you, we feel your pain, we know that you are used to the constant electricity, and we know you deserve the electricity yesterday, not just any electricity, but reliable electricity, affordable electricity, and sustainable electricity. And this is what we are here as LEC to provide you these services. And I know people have been having concern with our customer services. I will be the first to tell you, not all is good. And this is why we are there to fix things. But what I can tell you today, with support from the government, we are moving aggressively. And when I tell people, they smile. Last 2 weeks ago in Washington, I didn't say it, but some minister was sitting down, the minister of Sierra Leone told everybody they want to call LEC to really go and see how best we can explain to them what are we doing differently that is helping us to reduce, to minimize the load shedding. Everybody going to do load shedding. Now I'm saying that not in a braggadocious way, but to tell you what is affecting us today is not only peculiar to Liberia. Until we can have a domestic generation that is either equal to or more than our demands, we will still have load shedding. Then the third thing, even if you were to have rain falling heavily now, just stop the input. 57 megawatts, Mankofi. That's it. Now, Mankofi rainy season, let us assume the rain is falling. That's just 57. But because of the aggressive connections that we've done over the year, last year and now, that has claimed, should I say geometrically, to very unprecedented to see connection. And that really stems from the fact that when people be confident in the system, they get connected. And we want to make sure we build that credibility, build on that credibility, that confidence to continue connecting you while addressing some of your problems. 143 megawatts of power. And all these things are made what? 53% we are billing. Every dollar we get, only 53 cents we receive. The rest, power theft, losses, total losses. Some are technical, but most of it, power theft. So that's how stretched LEC is. And the government budget is stretched. Government needs to fix roads, hospitals, and things. So if we can work together as collective effort to make sure we reduce significantly the power theft, LEC can go to even contribute to the budget. So that's one of the myths I wanted to clear. To say, oh, the ring. Yes, the ring can complement. The ring can help. If the ring is there, that's fine. But that is not the only solution. The solution we build on our domestic generation to meet our demand, and our projection 2030 is closer to 500 to 600 megawatts. And we have some reserve carrying it up to 700 megawatts. And I can tell you, we are on the trajectory to achieving that particular objective with all the support from the government, including you. So today, I've come here to tell you, we are moving to help you. We listen to you. We hear you. We feel your pain. You need to have electricity yesterday. That's how urgent. You need to sleep on electricity. You need to have electricity on all your streets to reduce the crime rate. We've done much on that front, and we believe that we still need to do more. And this is why me and my team will continue to move aggressively to connect. If you see car driving in the night, you don't need to put your light on. Somalia Drive, Congo Town, and the entire Cinco avenues. We're going to put street lights. If Thomas is here, Deputy for Operation, he's in charge of that whole operation. I have Frederick, who is the Deputy for Administration, and I have the CFO, Adam Sharif. The Deputy for Technical Services is currently rushing to attend to his technical matters. So we are sitting there listening to you. We don't blame or to say give you excuses. We believe that we are moving on a 5G route to really move aggressively to deliver for the Liberian people. And I can assure you that we are not sleeping. We will move within our reasonable efforts to reduce the load shedding as we move on. Today, what we're receiving today on the CLSD line, as I said, we are not having any other option but to build our domestic generation, which we are working on both in the short term, medium term, and long term to increase the generation to meet our demands. But before that can finish, we got to leverage the regional input. And the regional input, what we are getting today, more than what we even got last year. You know, last year we went 9 months stability, right? But because of the increase, we were around 100, 120 up to this, December, we were 120 megawatts. We're now 140. It's like the more you increase the input to meet up the demand continues to, and we're connecting. We are now in connecting the industrial park area around the Jamaica to connect Seti, Futa, Cement, and these people are in the 20, in the 30 megawatt to connect communities, Kakata Highway and all those places. By the time we reach at the end of the year, we'll be in 200 to 250 megawatts. That's why the energy sector is dynamic. Things are changing so fast, and this is why we are not waiting. We are moving along with it to really commensurate the effort to meet those demands. Today, we are importing 60 megawatts in the night, both Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea. In a day, between 40 to 50. That's why in a day, you see some areas, we have some load shedding, shutting down some places, concentrating the business community, people come to work. In the night, we try as much as possible to bring the lights for everybody. And I can tell you, as we enter into next week, as I was sitting right here, I just got some the information that we continue to leverage to ask our regional partner to increase. But we are not sitting. We are working to increase the domestic generation. That's why in the energy sector, America, everywhere, the ISO, Independent System Operator, He asked Canada, okay, today New York, there is no power on this Canada supply, but you don't see it. This thing happen behind the scene. We depend on one another in the region. That doesn't mean you don't have self-reliance, but we want to ensure our domestic base load. That's why the government is supporting. Just 2 weeks ago, the government paid $20 million to pay our debts. Government of Liberia. And today, I can tell you, when I'm walking and I'm speaking in the region, I put my head up. And they point to Liberia. Liberia is current. The legacy debt, because when the government took over, there was a legacy debt of about 28 million. Yes. That was that legacy debt. Now, even if you pay the current debt, you still carry the legacy, you know? So, in as much as we try as LEC to pay our current bills that will come, but you still carry, and even the current bill, you can't pay all. So at the end of the day, the government chipped in 20 million 2 weeks ago, and we paid 15 million to Cote d'Ivoire, 3 million to Guinea, 2 million to Transco. So today we are standing in good book with them, and as I coming, I see my megawatts coming on the regional line. In the night, it goes to 60, the highest since we've been importing. So tell me, it's not about whether it's raining or it's not raining. You can bring all the rain now. You stop that regional import, you will even have 12 hours of load shedding. So one cannot go without the other. The only way we will do so, we build our domestic generation and energy mix. Hydro, solar, gas, thermal plant, or HFO. HFO will come. If we need it, we'll put it on. If we don't need it, we'll shut it down because it's expensive. We are transitioning from fossil fuel to renewable. But you need to have stability before you ensure sustainability, right? You got to first be stable, right? So, Mr. Minister, I will stop here and give the opportunity, even though I said I'm not going to talk plenty, to give you the time. You know, I talk plenty, but that's fine. We are here to answer all your questions. Thank you. Huh? Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, sir. My name is Alex and I'm the group of staff. With all your investments, what we heard from you concerning what address for issue on the energy sector. I do appreciate you for that. And my question is, what are the agency doing to mitigate our tech when it comes to a huge rate of our tech?
So take three after three, answer. Every 3 you answer.
Thank you. My name is Alison Sumo, and I work for Toledo Television. Thank you, MD, for that splendid presentation. But you know, with all these presentations, everything comes to sustainable power generation. So what mechanism is LEC putting in place to ensure sustainable power generation to Liberia? Thank you.
Thank you. This is what so I want to know from you, how is it that at LEC with the monitoring system, at LEC, I want to know about the monitoring system for your communities. If when some community are on or off LEC rules about it because of recent or someone or posted something on Facebook and I personally commented on it, and this person, I think LEC inbox me personally, and then the person told me that, oh man, we don't monitor every community like that, but at least when these things happen, at times you guys can inform LEC about it. So I want to know about the monitoring system from LEC.
Okay, thank you. As suggested by the minister, we'll tackle them 3-3. I see that the three questions, they are mutually reinforcing one another. So the first one being the issue of power theft. We are solving our problem to be sustainable. And what we do, we are introducing smart meterings. Now, beginning Monday next week, you will see the publicity out there. We are piloting 100,000 meter in the entire Peaceville belt, Peaceville, Congo Town, all the way there. And what that means is that smart meters, it has a step-up proof. You can take that meter, you go to anywhere to use. When you see my meter, you can use it anywhere. We have geofencing around it. It's unique. And when you go about to steal or to bypass that meter, automatically a text message will appear on your phone. We call it malware to tell you, man, you are stealing. We are seeing you because we sit in our offices, monitor you from the dashboard. This is best practice. That's the only way it will work to cut down power theft. Mirabel and her team trying their best. As they connect the leaf, people reconnect. So we can go back and forth. And the issue of sustainability, the question that came about. Yeah, you can interview how sustainable is it over time. So that ensures the sustainability of our intervention. That's why I said the question that mutually is reinforcing. Now, on the monitoring side, we have our dashboard, and that speaks to if there is a problem on the grid, we know. If there is a problem in that particular community, we know. Once you go smart grid, they are all part of our digital transformation. What we did when we took over, we developed our strategic plan consistent with the compact, the national compact. Now we develop our digital transformation strategy. All our business plan go along with that. Those are the answers for the three questions. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Manuel Obono and I'm Buba Insela. Thank you. So, Liberians, most of them are accused and they all believe that LEC is the problem when it comes to the power theft. They have said that salary for minimum salary like $80 $100 for a month salary, and then meter is sold for that amount. If meter that should be given for less price so that it is available for everybody is sold for $80 $70, if someone comes with $10 per month or $5 per month, they end up going to that person. So they are saying that you are the cause because you will let them move the better person. How will you address such concern?
So thank you. I'm the rise in front of and I do believe I will spoken so Mr. Pia,
Ask question with this, you get a question, go sit down. You get a question, go sit down. Ask LEC question.
Yes, sir.
It is believed that you have cited institutions that the water basically what's one of the projects you can lead in the nearest future to come that you guys will think that you'll be strong from the east of the
So, my name is Joseph Seri, and I report for the business paper. Mr. MD, we have received complaints, according to some Nigerians, people believe to be workers from LEC, usually come at their homes in the night with the intention of, getting people who are illegally connected. I want to know if this was sanctioned by LEC. If yes, how do you identify people? Now, in terms of entering people who legally, there should be a warrant. If LEC sanction this carry on operation for people to get at homes and get people who are illegally connected. How can you speak to that?
Okay. So the second three set of questions also, they are more or less together again. So they all point to the fact that the problems coming from within LEC. Okay, I will address the first one. When it comes to power theft, people believe that LEC is encouraging power theft because people within LEC, they also help to illegally connect people. I will be the first to tell you, I don't dispute that. And this is why we are there in LEC to fix things. We are not under any illusion that LEC is already fixed. No. We are there to address all those issues. And I can tell you what we are doing now to address some of those things. We are introducing an ID card system that when you see an LEC personnel, you see the LEC personnel, ask them for the ID. Publicity will be all around on the radio telling you that you scan it, okay, you see over the ones, you see the barcode on it, you scan the barcode on your phone. If your phone has internet, it takes you straight to our website. The list, if that person is an employee, LEC, it will show. If that person is not an employee, please help us. Call police to arrest that person. The publicity will be coming out. Internally, we are doing, we've hired HR consultant to independent consultant to come to clear our system. And we are also working hard to hire one of the big five, I'm not going to call the name, to come and do management assurance. All these things we are doing to clean us, make sure the process. And one thing I believe, if your processes are slow, very slow, in a sense that people work days, the turnaround time to get meters, the turnaround time to respond to complaint, the turnaround time to solve issue, more than a day or so, it's a recipe for people to say, okay, you know what? My neighbor is connected and you are not ready to connect me. I will connect myself. We're going to cut that out. And this is what we are introducing, the whole digital transformation. We will have our team working on the feed. We will have you go in the Google Play Store. Google Store, you download. You go to the Play Store, you download our app. When you have a complaint, you log your complaint. And we are going through a period where the turnaround time to get meter hours are supposed to be days. So those are the interventions we are already doing internally to address all those issues. While we are asking you to stop stealing, we are also working internally to identify those that are in the system, the bad apples in the system, to reprimand them, to set examples on them, at the same time, putting in place system that it will be difficult for them to behave how they're behaving. We track them, we can capture them as if you can directly go on your phone and just click a button, and we know from our dashboard, certainly, you don't need anybody to come near you, right? If you can go on your phone, to pay your token through your app, and so many things will be coming very shortly, part of our whole digital transformation. The whole idea to make LEC viable, financially viable, to be able to sustain itself, to be able to even contribute to the national budget, to turn a troubled utility around, to making it vibrant and operations excellent. We have 4 pillars. The first pillar being financially viable to make LEC, to make it operationally excellent, to be able to respond to your calls at night, customer-centric, institutional effectiveness and governance. We have proper oversight for the board to hold us accountable. Then the digital transformation aspect. So those are the things you are moving aggressively to ensure if we cannot fix that, then we don't need to be in LEC. And that's why we are committed to ensuring that we fix all those things. Yeah. So, and that will help to avoid the instability. Then in the night, that was part of our effort in the interim solution we are doing. Anti-power theft led by Mary brought her team in a day, but we later realized that people, in a day you get some people connected, refrigerator, AC, and some houses you see, the only way we can know when we go there in the night. When you see some stories, some folks we've got direct connection, and you see refrigerators, AC, these are consuming. You pay your bills. Somebody there getting free electricity. Come on, man. That's not fair. People should pay. It's not free because we are not buying it free. So what we did, we introduced tax in a night. When we come, the team, they are trained to first, we have procedure as the follow. Maybe Tomo can explain better on that because Mary Bro and the team were working on that. So when we go to your place, we ask you for, we want to see your meter installed, both outside and inside. We want to make sure you are connected, you are not direct. And most instances, they are refusing because most of them are illegally connected. And by the time we go deep down, to the extent people dig the ground, they pass whack. Man, people are crafty. They will do it in a way, by the time we discover them, you see 2, 3 AC. And you counting it. The first week we started, we saved, was it 5 or 6 megawatts? 5 megawatts. You know what that means? 5 megawatts can hold, it depends on the load, but an entire town. People are illegally connected and it's still climbing up. So when we introduce the smart meter, our projection is we will save more. And our billing will come from 53%. If we were lucky to go 85 to 90%, at least will be viable. We will be in a position to even contribute to the government. Next phase.
All right, George. Hey, everyone. How are you all doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching us from. And this is I would like to welcome you to another edition of the Nightly Exchange. George, how are you? Please continue to share the show. And I guess we're just here for just a few minutes. And we will be calling it a night. Oh, George, I wanted us to listen to the last part before, oops. And mashing my whole, what you might call it, calling the perfect key. JJC. Hey, everyone. Long time no see, y'all. George, what are you doing? He's on the phone. Okay. So let me continue. I know. So hi, y'all. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming this evening. Thank you. Can you please continue to share the show? Continue to share. Hey, Edwin, how are you? Continue to share, please, and come back. Let's, talk the good, bad, and ugly about Liberia. Hey, I know you're here, Moses. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you this late night. It's been a while. Well, the weekend. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Restoration Sundays. It was nice. I went to church. Everything was good. And it was a beautiful day. And just came home and kind of rested for the rest of the day. And I hope you all had a great one too. Yeah. So there's a lot of news from Liberia, a lot of great news, a lot of good news. I know George, on the other hand, would disagree with me a little bit, and that's what makes the Nightly Exchange a great, conversation to have at this time of the night. We all don't agree. Happy Easter. Yeah, I say a lot of great news because we're seeing this. The first guy that had it when the briefing started, what's his name? Oh, forgive me, y'all. I'm bad with names, especially when it's like foreign names. What's his name? The guy with the housing project development thing, right? I know all of you know his name, and you all have seen his video on social media because he seemed like a guy who document, or should I say showcase all of his projects or deals or workings. So he has been going live lately, since he been there. So we had a chance to see a lot of his video, and I thought that was interesting to talk about today, right? Because some people, well, George and I were talking about it earlier on today about the likelihood, right, of that project being possible in Liberia, in our country, and as much as we are excited about it, and this guy seemed pretty much excited about the areas he's looking at, and the views, the forest, I should say. They took him to the Bali Island today, and he was over the water, and he just seemed so happy to be there. And as a businessman, when you looking at places like potential, sites for your business, and you're that excited, only you know what you're seeing, what you're looking at, right? We, as people who are not in that business, will not know what you're seeing, or what you really, you know, what you're so excited about. So, we just have to give our little talk on that, like, you know, what we think, or what we kind of, the concerns that we have about that too. And I heard the news today about our borders, and I hope it's true too. But anyway, George, are you back? Oh, boy, go behind the scene, be on the phone. Yeah, but George is still on the phone. George came on the show, and then he decided to be on the phone while he's on the show. What a bummer. But yeah, so we are. Um, I'm excited when I heard the news.
Amy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Were you talking to me?
Oh, good. Yeah, I was talking about my
Oh,
phone was not here, was on mute. Yeah.
okay.
But I've been hearing everything you said. I mean, Liberia does not lack opportunities. Um, the only thing we do lack is
You can say hello to the people. You didn't call a speech from you.
oh yeah. Hello to everyone. I see Edwin Clark. I see Making Moses. I see Edwin again. So look, guys, share the show. Let's have a nice and wonderful conversation. Liberia is for every one of us, whether you agree or not.
Absolutely. Whether you agree or not.
Yeah. Whether you agree, whether you say the other person this and that are your business. Liberia is for every one of us, and we got to do what we can do to make Liberia a better place. So we always talk about Liberia. So I'm here today, as usual, to talk about what is happening in Liberia. Like Amy said, things are happening, positive, negative. I don't know why we should focus only on the positive, because when you
No, we always focus on the negative
yeah,
too.
when we have like the negative people, the decision makers and listen and they change things around, right? And so I will also be focusing on the negative as well, because we need to know the negative so that we can
Please
better
do.
solve. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this man that is coming from the Gambia, I saw his video. I didn't watch it alone. He was so excited that he was more excited than me, who is a Liberian. You know what I mean? Being in Monrovia.
He's a
Yeah,
businessman, George.
I know, I know.
He
So he
knows
was
why he is like that.
idea, yeah. And you see, that's the whole thing we need to learn. You see what he was doing there? He was not just doing it because he lost Liberia or he lost Waga or he lost anybody. He was doing it because when the bank sees that area, the bank will be enthused to give him money to invest. He doesn't have money in your pocket. No. Most people that got money, they don't have money. They use their character and their collateral to get money from the bank to do what they want to do, and then they pay back. That's how people get rich. People use your money. That's why when you save money in the bank, don't think it's just there waiting for you. People take it and go use it, but they get guaranteed that they will pay it back. And when they can't pay it back, the bank gets something they can hold from them. That's what they call it collateral. So he's doing that to showcase Liberia to say, oh, this is a very beautiful place that you can come and invest, you can come and live here and retire here, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I want to do here. I want to build this thing, I want to build this thing. And then people will be enthused to go there, and go up. And so he's doing a wonderful job with that because he was very enthusiastic, like I saw. And I hope that he succeeds. But we cannot be positive all the time. We have to ask a hard question. Let's say, for instance, Liberia talks about, I don't know, Amy, are we going to it already, or are we just trying to?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Break a leg.
They said affordable housing. What is affordable to us? What do we mean by the term when we say affordable? Does that mean that it's something that if you're not working,
Anybody can buy it.
Anybody can buy it? Does that mean that only those who live overseas can buy it? It's affordable to them? Or ministers can buy it? What about the common woman that's selling in the market? Can she also buy it? Those are the things we need to know. And usually in developed countries, when they say affordable housing, usually the money, the rent or the mortgage for the house, whatever it is, usually it's rent because you are renting when when you are affordable housing. If you're able to afford, you can buy it, but mostly they are rented. Most of the money that the people use to pay for their rent when they are living in affordable housing is from the government. It's the government subsidized houses. So that means usually here in Australia, when I build this house complex that maybe have 500 rooms or 500 apartments, then I say I'm putting it on the market for maybe $700 every 2 weeks, right? The government will say, okay, we can pay $400. So put it on the market, but for certain people who get certain income for $300. You know what I mean? So government is paying you that $400 straight in a bank account. You're not in a house now, and again, government paying you again. You see it? Because you don't have a job and you're living in a housing complex. Government paying you sometimes 1,200 every 2 weeks, right? Then you take 300 from that 1,200, so you're left with $700 to do your thing in the 2 weeks, right? Then you pay to the house owner. So that's what they call affordable housing. In Liberia, we don't have that net, how they call it, social net. That's how they call it. Social net is where you can fall back on when things are tough, right? So there's no social net in Liberia. So it is difficult to understand what it's going to be like. Like you see, this man that is coming to Liberia, he's not richer than this man that came from Burkina Faso. In Burkina Faso, if you go there, this man, he has a lot of housing complexes in Burkina Faso. One of the richest men. He came to Liberia during the rehab administration. He's the one that started that project on the Rafi Highway, around Shefflin. But because the situation is in that before you can buy a house, you have to have a job. And that job must be a full-time, permanent. Right? But if you don't have a full-time, permanent job, you cannot buy a house because the bank wants their money. The bank cannot guarantee you to give you the house when they don't say you only employ for 6 months, or you are appointed by the president. Anytime you can wiggle in the money when he cracks, you can say you're not working anymore. They want you to be in a secure employment before they can give you the house, and then you start to pay for it. So it was difficult for him because he thought it was in Burkina Faso where the private sector is booming, where people are working and they're doing their own thing. They are exporting their cocoa. Some people say in the cocoa industry they are richer than even government people. So that's why he thought. But when he came, he realized that it was completely different from what he thought. So that project still remains as it is. So I'm looking at this guy from Gambia. I'm not sure whether he knows exactly what he's putting himself in, but we look at the possibility. We look at to see what the government is going to do. But let me tell you, our government, not like they lied to us before, this government does not have money. We don't have money. And anybody will lie to you because they used to say, oh, the country is rich. But what I said, the country is rich, but we are stealing the money in a official. Now they are not stealing the money, but they cannot even pay people. They cannot pay wages. GD Bank almost took them to court because the law of GD Bank say they send the full salary there. And GD Bank were having problems. GD Bank said, no, don't lie on our business. We don't have problem with our banking system. You did not send the money. You see it? So these people don't have money. So how can they subsidize any, affordable housing in Liberia? It's almost impossible because we don't have a capital generation thing. We don't have any export that we're sending out. Now, let me tell you, the rubber that we export is exported by our company. That company pay tax or they take the rubber. You see it? So it's not like we have anything dependable like the Ivory Coast that has cocoa plantation, coffee, and all these things booming for them. For Liberia, we don't have that. We have rubber, and that rubber we sell it to Fire Soon, and Fire Soon can export and can do whatever they want to do with it. We don't get anything to do with it once they pay all the tax. So it's kind of hard for our country. So we don't have the money. So for this government to say they're going to get us affordable housing, I'm doubtful of the outcome. I'm not sure that it's going to happen. Or the only thing that's going to happen, those of us who are overseas will buy those houses and maybe give them to our people. Like we already know, the money we send from overseas, we should include Amy, myself, and everyone around the world, is even more than the national budget. In 2023, we sent $800 million to Liberia. And I'm not giving a praise to anybody in particular, every one of us who send money to our people. When that money was calculated, so that means the money we sent, it was more than even the money our government spent on the entire operation for the whole year. We were over there. So it is a difficult one, but we hope that the government can do something about it. Because let me tell you, to be realistic with you, the government is saying they are going to recast the budget, right? Because there's a shortfall in the budget, right? That is, they say, oh, we'll get $1.2 billion, right, for this year. But they realize that no, we cannot reach that target. So they're going to cut back on the budget. So we might be able to spend $800 million again instead of 1.2 billion. So it is a difficult one. It's one of those things.
The finance minister was on Evan the bragging about the budget. I didn't hear him say anything about shuffle.
Yeah, but Amy, if you read the letter that is bringing back the legislature, they're going to print new money, and they're also going to recast the budget. What is going to recast the budget? When they say recasting budget, there are two things.
Do you have that letter? Send it so we can read it.
I will send it to you. I'll find it. I will send it to you. I will send it to you. So when they say recasting budget, there are two things. Either we're going over our budget, or we are going over how much we thought we were going to get. So we want to open other avenues to say, okay, we were not going to form maybe the group of 77. Maybe we are only going to give them 100 million, right? But because we made more money, we collected more money, the government decides we want to give more money to these people so they can recast the budget in that way. But what we often say in Liberia is that there will be a shortfall, and that shortfall means that we have not collected more than we supposed to. What we thought we could collect. So it's that. And I mean, one of the things is that our government is becoming so dictatorial. And when I say dictatorial, I mean President Waka and his administration, which is executive, they are not listening to the judiciary, and that is bringing up friction. Like now, the judiciary is threatening to close down JFK, and you know why? Because the foreign who went on the radio to boast about how the budget is performing well, he is unable to pay a poor Liberian $350,000 that was awarded to this woman because there was a botched surgery on her. They destroyed the woman, and the woman sued them, and the woman won the case. And almost 4 years now, almost 3 years now, the woman have not gotten redress. So they call them.
As being what?
So they could call the government to come to a meeting so that to see how they can pay this woman money. They did not come. And the judge said, look, these people, they are overlooking us. Every time we make a ruling, they don't want to abide by it. You know what I mean? So
that's not true, George. What judge said that?
That's what. If you read, hold on. Let me find
yes, it for you. Please.
Yeah, let me see the investigator. That's
because how is a ruling? Extend to somebody being the dictatorial, you try to term it and something like that. Look, I understand all of your concern about this whole affordable housing and something, and it's all valid, right? But we can't jump the gun when we don't even know the details. when we don't even know how this man operates. And he said it even when he was giving the briefing. People asking how much and all of that as they were going to contribute to it or whatever. Want to know how much you're going to use. But he said he cannot give any price right now because they have to do steady. They got to do stuff like that. They got to do stuff. And the government has not said anything about subsidizing or anything like that. So all of what you are stating here, you are jumping the gun because you don't know what this a whole contract or whatever is going to, detail or whatever. And then again, I'm saying that in other African countries, yeah, we know they have all of these things, but most of the African countries that have all these things that you are naming, they are suffering like, if not even worse, equal to Liberia. What African country in they say, oh, the employment rate is high in the African country, they are all doing well. And somebody show me one. I don't think is there. Ivory Coast employment rate is what? People are doing well. That no.
More people are employed in the private sector than in government.
And the employment rate is way more than what? Being employed in the private sector, yeah, people got their own little businesses going on. The same thing too in Liberia, but everybody in Liberia, their working thing, or what they consider working when they're working in the government. Even if you have a salon, you braiding hair, you're doing that. That's employment. That's self-employment right there. All of those things, they can't take anything. Oh, we don't. There's no job. Why somebody have that salon? They're talking about they didn't get a job. So the way Liberians look at things and the way other people look at it is two different ways. But I said that to say that he's doing it in other African countries, right? This is where he does his business.
I don't think we need to compare ourselves. We want better for our country. We don't need to compare ourselves.
No, let me see you went telling me something. Let me finish.
Okay, all right.
I'm comparing with everybody else in the region because why? He has businesses in other African countries as well. He has the same affordable housing thing in other African countries. So we cannot distance ourselves because your concern was all people are not working, people don't have the money, government don't have money to do the government. So I'm trying to tell you that we don't know the details yet. You could be right about that, but we don't know. This man run his business he's not in Europe. His whole image is a Pan-Africanism. That's what it is. So he's doing it in other hard African countries because I know every African country in that region, everybody's struggling. They're awesome. And he's doing it there. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know how he's doing it. Let's be open-minded about Liberia, Liberia, however you were calling it. Let's be open-minded and see what happens. If it gets to that point, then maybe, yeah. He was saying about he seems excited about it, and I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on in Liberia. Who knows? He knows how he's gonna do it. So why is valid for us to be concerned about that? How are people gonna pay for this? Is it well? If you can't afford it, if you feel like the people who are there who are doing work can afford it, is enough to start something like that there. Who are we to say no because the other people not working, so don't put it there? No, you can't do that. Affordable housing, that doesn't mean government have to subsidize it. No, if you can afford it, that's what they call affordable. If you can afford it, you go for it. If you can't afford it, you leave it alone. Affordable housing doesn't always mean the government has to chip in. That's not what it is. It means if it's on your budget level or if it's something you can do that. And we can decide or we can conclude that he doesn't know what he's doing. My thing is he's doing it in other African countries who are on the same line with Liberia or even worse. And he's doing it there. So he knows what he depending on. We don't know. Let's be open-minded about it and wait till we get to that point for us to something. And when it comes to the budget shuffle and somebody like the finance minister, only thing that video is long I want to play it. He was on the radio today. He never said anything about budget stuff that I heard. Maybe I left the conversation, but he said that But we didn't hear anything about all this, that, and all of those things. And when people go to court, George, when there's a judgment, when it's not paid, it doesn't mean they are defying the court. If we go by that, analysis, then we'll say, oh, okay, then we are disrespecting the court too. He disrespected the court in Liberia, and the court had to enter the Supreme Court, then they had to enter to ECOWAS court, then it was still being disrespected. So that means like we are being a dictator. If that's what we want to go, if that's the route we want to go, you cannot play politics with everything. Yes, somebody, if JFK did something wrong and they sued JFK, yeah, that person is entitled to get something, but it doesn't mean if they don't have it, rather would give it, which I don't think that should be the case, that you give her something and be giving the rest to her, in instrument, right? But that has nothing to do with the court being, oh, you disrespecting the court, you being a dictator and something. I think sometimes we should calm the politics down and be real with these issues when we're talking about it and be discussing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Amy, I did not say that. It was a judge that was saying that the non-compliance of the government on this issue is proving to be that they are not taking the judiciary seriously. This woman was, the woman sued them, and the Supreme Court awarded her $350,000. Why in this, I can see her picture here. It's a Liberian lady, but they did not say exactly what the procedure was. But they said the procedure level was for life-changing suffering, right? Negatively impacted her. So she's never going to live a normal life because of their botched surgery. I think you know what I mean. So they have refused to pay her. I mean, we know when political things come and they say, oh, we fire you, so we'll not pay you. Right? You know what I mean? We'll not pay you. And they say, no, you got to pay them. They'll go to court. It's different from somebody whose life has been altered in such a damaging way. I see this woman here. I don't think she has any quality of life that is, I was saying the link is unaccomplished Africa. And it's a sad sight to see. And I think our government, and the reason I'm saying this, I'm not saying that they are bad people, but I think they don't have the money. If they had the money, they would award this woman. Because I don't think that one is a heartless man, you know. But I'm trying to say that our country does not have the money to do most things. So how can they? And you made a point when you said affordable housing, it mean that it can fall. No, Amy, when they say affordable housing, they are telling you that because everything in the country must be afforded before you do it. You know what I mean? You must be able to afford something before you do it. And my affordability is completely different from your affordability. So at certain level, affordability is not an issue anymore, right? So when they use that term affordable housing, that means for the least amongst us to be able to afford it. The least among us.
Mm-hmm.
So when the least among us can afford something, it is affordable. Even on the market, when they say, oh, this thing is affordable, that means most people, including the least among us, can afford that. So this government does not have the money to do that. For instance, people graduating from LU, this government cannot put it on payroll, so they are sitting at home because they don't have the money to do so. But yesterday they said Liberia was rich. We are a crew was stealing the money.
Oh God!
Liberia is
No, we
rich.
talk
Liberia
about
is
we are
rich.
in a deal with something.
No, Amy, but we gotta look at the old map to plan a new one. Or we gotta sit down with the
Okay,
old map
I'm
to plan a
glad
new
you
one.
said that. I'm glad you
Yeah,
said
but
that.
and guess what? And I already made that point.
Because you always say, "Why are we talking about we are?" We are is no longer president.
Yeah, and his crew did not pay. How they call him? Cabinet Jana, even though he went to the ECOWAS school. Yeah, and you can look at it technically and say, look,
And they said, "Oh,
Nessa Do
is
as
it?"
well. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Nessa Do, she worked for her money. I don't know. Look, she's dead. I don't want to say anything against anybody who's dead. We're all gonna, plan our good. But what I just want to say is that certain things happen, and you feel that it's more likely to yield results. For instance, is that for Kabina Janet, this man was removed by our legislature, right? Fairly, squarely. He said
No,
one
it
quote.
wasn't no fair. So you, it was fair because of the way it was done and who did it.
Amy,
So you
but
want to
Amy,
claim fair.
Amy, okay, they want to remove Yaka Koluba because they say he made a statement, and I'm sure most people back the idea they remove him. So when they remove Yaka Koluba and he goes to the court and say he was treated unfairly, remove unfairly, and they supposed to say, oh yeah, that's true, you remove fairly, and then they award him money, and then we pay him, Amy.
You get called back got to prove that he was treated unfairly, and Cabinet Janet proved it that he was treated unfairly. If you get called back and prove that he was treated unfairly, then
But
you can do that.
what you need to do, what you need to know is that, Amy, removal from office by impeachment is a political decision. Now, you know, I think President Trump was um, was impeached, even though he was not removed, because the Senate did not concur to remove him, right?
Mhm.
If they are removing, that is a political thing. It does not have, you don't have to be right to be removed, Amy. You don't have to be wrong to be removed.
It's political doesn't
It's political,
mean
yeah.
no. If it was just political, then he was going to be out of there by now. But it had to afford him his rights and due diligence and everything that he had to do on the due processes and other one. They have to do it.
Yeah,
If they did not do it, then Trump would have been out of there. He wouldn't even have the second chance to run. But they do that, you still have to. The person still have rights, not because it's political. So you just go ahead and do it. No, that's not how. That's what they did with Captain Janet, and that's why he got he got awarded what he was awarded. You don't just go ahead and do impeachment like that.
Amy, Cabinet Janet, according to our laws, he was impeached. He was impeached, and he was removed. So the process is, in the lower house you are impeached, in the upper house you are removed, right? So they follow all the processes and everything is checked out. And guess what? And no court will have heard why, because that the Supreme Court made a decision. Because guess what? Who were presiding at the time of the removal? It was the Supreme Court judge, a friend from the Supreme Court, and he was sitting down as a judge to remove him.
Jovian, Aaron Boy. So what are you talking about? It seems a lot of people have been crying. What are you talking about? And that's why, what's his name said, the reason they claim they're removing, then they're supposed to remove the whole bench because every one of them did that.
What did they do? I mean,
what he was talking about on a session one time, I don't know what the reason that they claimed they remove him. Okay, which he said it wasn't the reason. It wasn't the reason. It was something.
He took a 90-year-old woman land, and which of course we.
You know how many people the Chief Justice that I just left. There was a case, something that somebody was accusing her of somebody land, infringing on somebody's land. She didn't get impeached for that.
Yeah, no, but that's why if she have taken that to the legislature, and the form probable cause for he using his power to do that, they were removing him. These are the things we're doing in our country. That's why wrong continue to prevail. Because somebody be men so they can do anything, then we say, oh yeah, be men, we can do it. We cannot do that. So let's look at what I'm trying to say is that Liberia deserves better. And to do better, we must do better by ourselves and make sure that the least among or the most powerless among us has a voice. And we don't give people voice. That's when our community or society becomes derailed. And it is clear.
Wow.
And his group are not listening to the other branch of government, which is the judiciary. And for me, it is unfair. And if these people, if they don't go there, because I can see that reschedule of the proceeding is on Tuesday, April 7th, which was I think yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday. We are on the 80 anyway, and so it's yesterday for us. So hopefully they went there this time around before he went on our show to talk to Tabata. But the thing is, Liberia deserves better. And while we see some good things happening, there are so many bad things are happening that we need to talk about, because our government is not performing as we desire. And it has been like that for
And
so many years.
the
So
seditions.
no, President Wagai came over and said that those who were in power were corrupt, and he was going to be the how they call it, the darling boy, and he had all the experience.
Mhm.
And what do we see, Amy? What do we see now, Amy? What has changed?
I
Amy?
can show you a couple of things that we see if we have time. I can play you a lot of videos.
Just tell me 1, 2 things that have changed.
No, like, if I send it, maybe you'll say because I support the government, I can show you. And I'm pretty
Amy,
sure a lot of people who are watching this show been seeing it. One sedition, one got blind eyes and deaf ears when it comes to
Amy,
what
tell-
is going
tell-
on in the country.
tell me.
I
Because,
can
Amy,
play it.
yeah,
No,
Amy, just give me a second.
better than I can tell you. How about that?
Yeah, okay, Amy,
I
tell me.
can show you better than I can
Yeah,
tell
hold on.
you.
Hold on.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
the thing.
whole lot of videos. I can play some for you right now.
Okay, Amy, the thing is that somebody can sit somewhere because they supported this government to come to
No.
power. They can still praise and sing.
Okay, wait.
I
Let
don't
me
mind.
see that person government here. Well, hold on. Keep
But,
talking.
yeah, I'll be talking. Go ahead and bring your video up.
Keep
But the
talking.
thing is that we have to see the tangible, Amy, on the ground. Because during Joe Weir time, roads are still being built. Hospitals were being built.
Now the way to the not to the magnitude we've seen it, not to the something we've seen it. So you can not to what we've seen it.
By the time 14 military hospital had already been built and finished with.
Not to
By the
what
time-
we've seen it,
by the
brother.
time we had Doe community road already completed. New projects are what I'm talking about. By this time we had how they call it the ammo carriers.
I documented it. They redid it and extended it to so the famous documented that we can
It's just like people who are following suit, doing something. And I don't know how they because houses are all around that road. So I don't know because I drove on that road.
But they're breaking houses down, like in the wrong places. You don't know that by now.
Let them break them down. Hopefully
See,
they
that's
can-
why I said you guys are you're poor wax. I don't know what I was like. What's
Maybe
it color right?
I'm here to watch a video that you're going to bring up because I really want to see the change. Because I know when George Weah was in power, when the CDC was in power in the past 6 years, we have roads being constructed. Shalaye Road, how they call it, Bon County, in Nima, in how they call it, the northern part of Liberia as well. In Cape Mount, all those places, roads are being built.
Cape Mount?
Lofa,
They kept my people are dancing for a road and up going all the way down to I don't know is it working on water side today or what's it going to that the people in that had road being constructed that it
roads are being constructed.
I don't know what see this is what we say. It's not about Liberia, it's not about propaganda with y'all.
So are you trying to say no road has been built?
I'm not saying no road. I told you to the effect that we've seen it, to the magnitude that we've seen. That's not what it was.
What
Okay,
magnitude?
it's one of these things that
What
we see
magnitude?
mediocre work was being done that
Alright,
it
go
was
ahead.
mediocre job that was being done that I even gonna have to be rehabilitated before they even start a new one. So just saying, telling people say you're doing something and you keep saying that somebody said that they're spending money in Liberia and somebody stole it and somebody steal it. We are seeing what is being done. If you ask what the money is, we're seeing where the money is going. We're
I'm
seeing
sure
the
you're waiting to
process.
see.
We're
Let me
seeing
bring
things
some
that
video,
are
bring video.
happening.
Let's
So
see. So we
nobody.
compare them.
Well, let me talk to now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can't. You talking about somebody say we are. What are you talking about? We are name. Let me say something. So they are not just saying if there's no money, we can see why. Where there is no money, we can see the amount of work that has been done with LEC. And I don't know if you were listening. You claim that we are less than and LEC this and LEC that. The LEC budget told you that the government just paid $20 million for that debt. But the bottom debt that they met there, the debt is still there. But all they're doing, they keep paying the debt to keep it current. They want to keep the ban since they came in. But the debt that they met there is still pending. The one that they accumulated now, those are the one that they are still paying. But I don't know how many $1 million debt that was that they inherited. I mean, that they inherited, those debts are still there. It's something he was just talking about it because the last time you came, you said they were owing 100 million or whatever number you came to out there. One time we're having a. That's why I said when you say something, I let you to show me something because you're led to play the politics so you can leave the honesty. Even when you're saying something that is the truth, nobody believe what you're saying anymore because everything you want to run it up. When I point zero something, you want to carry the point 5 this and that, you want to make it because you want to be you want to exaggerate to make it sound so horrible, and it's not, and when that is not even happening. So the day you're saying the truth, nobody can believe that. That's the thing with you guys. You sitting here to tell us that everything that everyone is seeing in the country. You sitting here to tell us that sitting here that there's nothing going on. Then that's your citizen talking point, which makes y'all look make y'all look I don't know, something in people's ears and eyes when it's the only place that relevant work is with your base and in your camp. We are project. Yeah, we are doing it when we are doing what to the extent that we've seen it. We are not intentional about our country the way we've seen it now. We're not saying this government is perfect. No one is saying that. But for you to say, hey, I want to compare this government, what they're doing with what we are there, then the only thing we know that is only the reaction we can hear that from. Not no well-meaning Liberian who mean well for that country. No, absolutely not. You will never hear that from any well-meaning Liberian who lack of word of politics.
I mean, have you found any video?
Oh, trust me, I always put my video there away when time to play, then I be looking for it. I got multiples. Trust me. You know me. When I taste it, I do. So I'm just trying to look for it. Every time when it's time to play, then I'll be looking for it. But no, y'all have to be honest. If this is your strategy about the whole we are coming back since 2023 that we've been hearing, then it's not going to work because you need a new strategy. We are coming back to what? What is he coming back to do? What has he done? Or what is your whole citizen camp is doing to show that what was done to the Liberian people? I mean, you have learned your lesson, or there is remorse or whatever. They so-called lawmaker and standing out to obstruct government project and things to go and start inciting people when they don't have no whatsoever right to stand there. People that I know start focusing. Since he got over there, he's just been there to press we are nothing he has done in that district. That's what people call in the late Munapeno Bearport. I was all that people were starting to. Nothing he has done. He got the audacity to go stand when a project is going on, or when people win their cases in court to go something. No man is gonna say that people for years like he got any power or any right to do so. And then when they take him from there, they lie on it. Oh, the police director. He threatening my life, my family life. That's a strategy. Seriously, is that what Liberian people need right now? Everything in the name of the people. The people. What have you done to show the people that you care for the people? What did you do when you're there to show the people? When it's not your own personal gain that you want to use the people because you know they are gullible. The moment they're hurting a little bit and somebody show, I stand it with you. That's what you're depending on. Then you have a long way to go, because I know y'all can see what is going on, but the voters can see. And thank God your base is not the majority. That's the good thing. Until anybody who can win election, they have people added to them, and the people who added to those parties to win election, those are the independents. And there is no, and the independents are not party driven or whatever. They do it for the sake of the country, and that's the good thing. People who knows what's going on, people who can see what's going on. They were the 2029 that we never stop hearing, but since 2023, they were CDC. 2029 we've been hearing about 2029, 2023. So 3 years after, we're still hearing about 2029, but nothing showing that we encourage somebody to vote for you in 2029, but making noise in the country. Noise. That's it. And that's your strategy to come back. That's sad. Very sad.
Right.
But I'm almost there. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, look, I just I'm baffled by the statement you are making. Like, when the UP were in opposition, what did they do to come to power? They were bidding skyscrapers. They were bringing investors. They protested throughout, causing noise in the country, causing instability. That's what they did. protest upon protest for $16 billion, for $25 million mock up. All that nonsense they did that just because they wanted to come to power. And then you sit here on the show and say, we're not doing anything. I mean, come on. We need to be fair to our people and fair to our country. Opposition are there to criticize and bring about ideas. We are saying the way
Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
yes, but guess what? The government will not take our ideas because they see that we are opposition. So we keep our ideas. If they come and ask for our ideas, we'll give it to them. But we are telling them the way you are doing it is wrong. I mean, that's
Well,
what
if they come and ask for your
but
idea,
we will not operate on silver platter. Because you're not going to use our ideas. That's what they call plagiarism. When you're using my idea without acknowledging me, then of course it's plagiarism. So the thing is that if they want our ideas the way we want to do, they will call to a meeting like George we did. He called all the opposition together. Say,
that's a lie from the pit of hell, from the belly of the devil. That is a lie. When ideas were being offered to Judge Weir, what for number one, he told Mr. Cummings to go sell Coca-Cola with sugar water. Whenever anybody's trying to say something, when they say something, they say the people, the enemy of the state. Don't come in and can't let. This is why I said the honesty that y'all always come in and can't bring the hypocrisy when it's not even something. It's really something. That's why we some of all when y'all say for the sake of the country, we ask your question.
Let me finish now. Let me finish. You are coming. So the thing is that,
don't come in and talk about Judge Weir call the opposition. What
for opposition?
when Judge Weir was president?
Mr. Cummings did not go. Listen to me. Mr. Cummings did not go, but he said according to him, he sent his documentation, his suggestions. If I can recall vividly, how did you say? Dillon went there, but he left the meeting early. He went to that conference and he left the meeting early because everybody was called together. All the opposition were called together to bring out ideas to see how we're going to do. Also, that propaganda is coming to bring to country us.
You call it
Malabrian people.
That's one of. Let me show you if you know what propaganda can be. What a picture?
No,
Evidence is what you call propaganda.
Play.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you didn't know the definition of propaganda.
I'm a simple river. Simple river. The river that separates Bon County and Baburu County. But that's what I care for. The main reason why I care for Malabrian people is to show you their mercy project. Their mercy project that President Joseph Juma Bwaga is putting down for his people. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. I talked to the engineer here. He told me that hopefully December, the bridge will be dedicated to the Liberian people. Welcome. Hopefully December. The difficulties the people used to go through. The people cross the water, but yes, when you leave it on the side to get on the other side, the only means to cross that what are you bringing motorbike? You bringing S-Ball, anything you bringing to carry on the other side, like you use. But under the leadership of President Joseph Juma Bwaga, the solution temple. They mentioned no need for you to use, I will pay the massive bridge. You see, they got one pillar to the starting there, the second pillar, the third pillar, the fourth pillar, and the fifth pillar. So it mean a truck. So it mean a truck go, car, motorbike, all of them will be using the bridge without scratch. Oh, connect the two countries. I know you guys are excited, right? But relax. I give you the most amazing music. Look there. You see, from here going all the way to Total Town on the new road, that's $2,000 on motorbike. Come. From here going all the way on the new road, that's $2,000 on motorbike. One person pay. And see, the whole amazing Bible is that President Joseph Juma Bwaga is putting 2 lanes for that on the new road in Bonkande. The main road in Bonkande coming all the way inside here. Do you know how many towns, village you will pass by before you reach here? I said $2,000 at transport on motorbike to tell you how far the road is. To tell you what President Joseph Juma Bwaga is connecting the both countries. So under the leadership of President Joseph Juma Bwaga, that will be connected. Just share the video. Developmental show start past that for a benefit. All the old money can spread. JMB, I want to say thank you. We appreciate you for.
Okay. So I got some more. You know the thing you calling this a propaganda, but showing you pictorial evidence, and then you calling it propaganda. So I don't get it.
I mean,
And
is
then
that a bridge? Is that a bridge that Musa wanted to build?
This is Wapuru and Bonkante. Musa Bele they wanted to build a bridge to connect Wapuru and Bonkante.
I'm just asking.
Musa Bele were building some bridge, I think in Bonkante somewhere there. But this is Wapuru
But
and
I think connection between those two places. That
no,
one
it was
I'm asking.
villages. It was not two counties. So no, that's not it. And I got plenty more where I come from.
So Amy, so they are building a bridge. So something massive have happened.
It's not. Oh yeah, a lot of massive, not just one. So don't come here and downplay it. That's not just one something. That's just one you saw. A lot of things, and if we don't have time to play all of the videos. Oh, let me remind you too. There's a diagnostic center going on. There's a conference center going in. It's in Bonkante. There's what is it? Rehabilitation center going on. Diagnostic or rehabilitation. How do you call it?
Diagnostic.
Oh, you want me to speak Uruguay? Okay, diagnostic.
No, diagnostic.
It's not. I live in America. That's how we call it in America. No wonder why you don't know how to
speak English. That know that.
All right, diagnostic center going on. It's diagnostic. That's how I know how to call it. Diagnosis. Let me call it the African way. So yeah, diagnosis center going on. In Bonkante and something in what is the name? Rehabilitation center too, and they're building also a football academy for Liberia. So that's just to name a few, right? Not just the road. Then when we talk about the road connection, from contest to contest, no contest is being left behind. Then you want to tell a dog community road a building and because it was building the other way and because it's come on now. It's okay to criticize our opposition. That is your job. Nobody is stopping that, right? But for you to look at things going on and you downplay and say it's not going on, everybody is seeing there's something they're talking about it. It makes you look, funny when you're talking to the people because they can see. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty more, that, and I like what these people are doing. Instead of coming out and saying that, oh, the president is doing it, people are going there showing you videos so it can be seen. Because right now you're about to downplay instead of propaganda. Now I know the boy Jordan, he will tell me say he drew that thing in something, make it propaganda and something. So this is why these videos are important. When people are trying to downplay or trying to make it sound like, oh yeah, they're all propaganda. Not that you know, you seen the picture, bro. You seen it. So it has nothing to do with propaganda. But like I said, if we have more time, after 12, if we have more time, there's a lot of, we always feeding your videos when I see it. But go ahead, I'll play one more. Keep talking.
Look, Amy, I understand how mediocrity our
you call this mediocrity when people are using canoe to cross a river, hard suffering, and you see a bridge this big, you making it sound like it's a walkway. Wow, George.
No, Amy, the thing is that is not a major corridor. The major corridor has a bridge on it. So let's say
it is a major corridor.
So you want to tell me that particular county was
for the people, it's the two counties, George, that is being joined. People from Bapuru were coming, people from Bonkante, and look at the way they were getting into each other counties. And you call that not being a major because it's not in Monrovia City? Monrovia alone is not Liberia. They got other places in Liberia. The counties connection is important. People from no counties are what do you think? They are traveling to each other, into each other, and they find it difficult to do that. And you saw that, you saw the thing. Who would buy? Let's say you got a motorbike. You gotta put it in a Kino Saseke. If you got a wheelbarrow, you gotta put it in a Kino Saseke. Those places are needed. That's why they are doing it. And I'm pretty sure they're not stupid. It's not just one or two person doing that a day, and then they say, "Oh, let's go put a whole massive bridge to that day." No, it gotta be a major corridor that people are using. A lot of people are using. That's what they're doing there, George.
Okay, I mean.
I don't think we're smarter than public works people then. I don't think so.
Nigeria is better. It's better. No.
And
we
no,
can't
not
go.
it's not better. Yeah, it's not where we want it to be, but it's getting there. It's a start. We see improvement. That's all I can say. Well, I'm not saying it's better. It's where we want it to be or whatever it's going. But to see the effort and trying to downplay it, that's just. But go ahead.
Look, the thing is that maybe I am too optimistic about what will happen, because if you say you take a man's job and give it to a boy, I thought when the man comes and the job is given to him, there was going to be some complete exposure of the boy.
It is.
But
You are just not.
the boy,
You're not being
was.
honest.
Amy,
All right, go ahead.
yeah. So the thing is that if you are saying that, it's like you are.
Somebody talking behind you there.
Say that again.
Was someone talking behind you?
Yeah, somebody talking behind me. Yeah, sorry about that. So Amy, the thing is that Amy, go ahead, yeah.
No, go ahead, talk because you can just we can hear the person conversation. So it's funny when these things are being said. Okay. It's funny when people don't do something and other people are doing it and it's on the downplay. This is what President Walker meant when he said give a man's job to a boy. That means a boy who wants to play, who wants to jelly, who doesn't have the country as a focus point. This man goes into a cabinet meeting or he threatened his minister to do the right thing. It's not don't think that you're too special that you cannot be removed, right? This is a president that always said, let them talk, do the job. This is a president that, and then people going ahead, talking, taking videos or something. Oh, they put the President Bouaga house in the alleyway. And I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. Do you know how much you're making yourself to look right now? You think President Bouaga, public work minister, would be trying to correct the city by breaking down things in the alleyway and walkway and putting in roads, and then President Bouaga, they would just go take her and then he said, oh yeah, go ahead. It's okay to put it in the alley. Does it really look like somebody like that to y'all? That y'all would believe such a Maloney coming from out of people who think that they want to. You see, when everybody has smartphones today, when people have the information is out there that you cannot just come and massage and give it to the people when it would be investigated and exposed. You don't do stuff like that to make yourself sound not to not make yourself not credible the next time people hear you talk. And this is what I'm saying. It's good you pick on the wrong thing, the genuine wrong thing that is happening, and bring it out and talk about it, because that is the job of our opposition. And stop looking for things that is not there to make it there, and then you find out like you're lying or you're just trying to be something. It's gonna be hard. You're thinking 2029 is something, and then you said something about what will you be doing 2029. The thing about it is that in Liberia, you'll make a party to be an individual, right? Like y'all had done CDC, George. Here in the United States, what I'm used to, or what I'm something, they got a Republican Party and a Democratic Party. But guess what? You have the individual who is there as the standard bearer of that party, or as let's use that word, standard bearer for that year, for that election year, right? For that party. The next time you have somebody else. So you're looking at the person who was their record. You are not looking at somebody who has not been there before. Is that Obama can ease it all because Obama was there, so Biden and some Biden run the country differently. Okay? And then you look at George Bush, say, oh, because George Bush on what Trump is doing, and he said because George Bush a Republican, so George Bush and Trump the same. People will laugh at you. It's two different, not because they were on the same party. George Weah has been tested. When George Weah had his free riding, guess what? People thought he was this messiah because he had not been tested. George Weah has been given the country for 6 years, and he disappointed a lot of people. 6 years, not to the George Weah, he's not a fresh meat. Guys said, oh, he didn't, and he would do it better when Joe Walker comes in. They're seeing what he can do. We all seen what he can do. And that's why we voted, we campaigned against him to be removed. Not because we hate him, it's because the way the country was going, the things that were happening in the country. So they're the same exact people. And guess what? We are experiencing how I want to come back here right now. And the people who didn't come back, they are regretting the crap out of everything. From what we see here right now, trust me, nobody want to try no come back anywhere in Liberia. Because they see madness was going on. But people say, oh, it will be better. He will not do it again. But now it's on steroids. That's what it's on now. And you think what they were doing before and they don't have something that they will come back and then do it better and not be worse than what it was? Please, God forbid. God don't, the progress that we have made, we're not going back. No. So let me show them on here too. Maybe you know something is so it can sound mediocre to you too. Let me play it.
I'm here to showcase $1 million development by the government of Liberia. Many of you have not had the opportunity to see, or probably you have not heard about it. I know you are wondering about this place, but I'm going to give you everything about what you need to know about this place here. I'm going to let you know everything. All you need to do is just to keep watching and just see. Got something great to show to you, but I just want you to view this place. View this place a little bit. Just view this place, and I got something to show to you. Again, welcome to Labyrinth TV Network. And at the same time, we'll also have conversation with residents of this place. Again, for those of you who are watching, so welcome to Labyrinth TV Network. This platform showcases the beauties of Liberia and highlight major developments,
Shout out to Labyrinth
especially on the dealerships of our Liberian government, be it any government. We showcase the developments and bring for those of you who are far, near, or whatever. And we showcase and bring you everything that you need to know. And here is $1 million project. And this is going to be the first of its kind here in Liberia. And many of you are still watching, wondering, but don't worry. I'm going to let you know exactly what you need to know and getting in touch with some residents, giving you everything about this place. Now, listen, you are seeing rock and a lot of things, seeing this place, seeing all the here and seeing all these things and seeing this river, this little river here. Now, this is the Island Clean community. This is the river. Yeah, this is Little River. The government of Liberia is now about or going to connect. Now, you see this river? Now, this is a major road here, very major road that have been hidden for years now, making, transportation very difficult for Liberians. And I've seen this place here, the government of Liberia now, it's a project, a 24 months project. This project is currently ongoing, and now here to showcase. There are few months or years from now, so you're going to see this place. As I said, the government of Liberia is undertaking $1 million project here to connect this community. Meaning, this river you see, the government is about to put a bridge here to connect this community, because this is a road, but since this place has been existing, this road just ends right here, as you see, it just ends. It just ends somewhere around here. It just ends here. So the government now going to connect this place to the next communities, Allen Clinic community. Yeah, this is a river. So there's going to be a bridge. Let me zoom something and see some of the work here. As you can see somewhere around there. Yes, that'll work. Again, you are watching Labyrinth TV Network. So this project is going to help many Liberians, thousands of them going to benefit, plus millions, in fact, going to benefit from this development here. Imagine after the years, Liberians have been finding it difficult for transportation and finding it very, very, very hard to get from one community to another community, who have been a very major thing here in Liberia. Then seeing the government who is now connecting from one end to another end. Yes, see this work. Now, let me show you the bridge that people are using. To just get back to the community, but now you will see cars now, a moving object. See something around there. The current bridge people are using to cross to get to the community there.
What distract?
You see it for yourself, right? Yeah. I just some distance because of the water, so I'm trying to zoom it so you can get what I'm. Anyway, because of you, since you are watching, so I'm going to do everything possible to get to that bridge. And yeah, I'm going to do everything possible, probably, if we have opportunity to get to that bridge, to just give you a clear views of what is unfolding here. So there's going to be a connection, a project, a bridge project. You're going to connect from here to that side of the community. Now, thanks so much. Keep watching. Do not forget to leave your comment and also rate the project, rate the government or development plans, especially on this government. Rate the plan. Let me get in touch with some residents of the place. And yes, managed to come with a brother. We're going to explain more about this place. Yes, keep watching. Keep watching. Allen Clinic Community. Keep watching. I'm here with a brother. Welcome to Labyrinth TV Network, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Fanning Bailey Jr. from Simple Bridge, Allen Clinic Community.
You're standing here in this really packed up position. What do you know? Do you know what's unfolding here?
As I said, as we speak right now, there's a development going on here. Serious development.
Okay.
No development is going on here right now. Wherein the communities are impressed. All the citizens in the community are impressed to see this development going on like this.
Now, but you being a resident of this place, how do you see this coming, or how do you rate the government? What's your own way to appreciate the government?
I grade this government. Yeah. Comparing this government with the past, I grade this government because one, if this road is paved, what becomes of us today, there will be like movement from another community to another community. Yeah, what we can leave from Simple Bridge, we cross to come to Newcretown.
You talk about you grade the government over the previous government. What do you mean?
Because they make a lot of promises.
You mean which government made promises?
CDC government made a series of promises that we were impressed at that time. That first time, we gave our vote to them, but at the end of the day, they failed us. So this time around, we decided to push the United Party government.
So are you saying the CDC-led government betrayed the struggle of the Liberian people?
Yes, in that time, if they could do well, they would have been removed.
Could you capture some of the mistakes?
Yeah.
What are some of those promises they made and they did not work out on it?
All their work they did, it was based on groundbreaking. They normally go and do groundbreaking, but they can't implement. Yes.
So most of you mean CDC government, or most of their promises were all about groundbreaking, and all of the work, all of the promises they made.
Yeah. Like for instance, look at the Bushwa Arden Road, from Stay to the Arden there, Arden. It was a groundbreaking. They make promises. They said that we're going to create roof on that space to make sure that they can be able to reach on the island, and where Liberians can be able to move and do other things there.
So if
they feel.
So if you have the opportunity now, when CDC and United Party come now, when they come to appointing them into key government positions or giving them or presidential position, which party will you give the position to?
For now, the way we're praising this, that you're doing it best. If you continue to do more, for me, I will give back my vote. Depends if you will be willing to contest back.
So many the government is doing extremely well than the previous government.
Than the previous government. But you know, we get president now. Because it was started, the way they started, we pray that they complete it. If they refuse or they don't do it based on their word, then we'll make our decision again. Because Liberians want to see development. Or we can move, we can transact businesses, live from one place to another. Okay? We'll not be here living started life with all the resources we get here. Living that started life, we can move and get a phone where we're supposed to do one or two things. Living from one locality to another, difficult. It will not be okay for us.
So how do you think that this road here, when the government end this project, how do you think peoples of the communities of Liberia are going to benefit from this project?
There will be a movement, like I said, I told you once. For every Saturday, if you just try and visit this coming Saturday, you get to know that there's serious traffic right to Saturday market.
You mean around the Douala end?
Yeah, around the Douala end. Where in cars will be online from Douala and all the way to the bridge. You see it? Everybody trying to move to make their way through. But because of the traffic, people sat on the traffic for a whole day. But when the road is fixed, you can use the opportunity, make your vehicle or do a quick sharing movement. You can use this side, get to Nikutan, get to Point 4, and move by your way.
So many Liberians going to use the means to move from one place to another place. So if you were to say a word to the government of Liberia, looking at our current developments in the country, what would you say to them, to the government?
My statement to them is for them to do well. The way they have started, I pray that they complete their work and let them continue to do more. So that even tomorrow, if they are leaving office, Liberians will continue to tell them about their goodness.
So what do you have to say to all the Liberians who are also watching and looking at the development, calling on them? What if there's a word for them? What do you have to tell them?
To encourage them to see how best we can talk to our governments, get media, other areas where we can even encourage them. There are a lot of things for them to do, and then continue to do it. They shouldn't feel reluctant, so that tomorrow we all can sit and then enjoy from what the government have done.
So what's your final word to Liberians and the government and other people who are watching?
Nothing.
I mean, you had a PR thing, that's all.
Let us pray that the government should do best.
No. I'll do something here. I almost forgot. Go ahead.
So the thing is that, I listened to this guy, and it's a PR campaign, and he's saying that the previous government made promise. That's why important intent is. I'm sure if the CDC government, had the time and the money, they would have completed that project because it was on their mind. It was something that they initiated according to him. They broke ground for it, but it did not happen. But when people break ground for things, that means that
you didn't say that particular project. You said a lot of projects.
Oh well, then that also tells you that they were not forgotten. They were in the plan, and things were going to happen. It was a matter of time. But look, it is a good thing, to always go around. I think CDC did not do this thing, but this government is doing it, to showcase their development. I think one of the biggest mistakes the CDC government made. That's why today they are finding themselves where they are today, because they were not able to showcase the projects that they were carrying on. They just believe that the people that are living there know what happened there, so we're not coming to be putting them on our head. But now the people that are living there now, they're getting our way. So we are sitting here today, but I'm still trying to open my mind, trying to be unbiased and to see exactly what this government is doing differently, so that if I can jump on board to support it, I can support it. Wow. To my understanding, my unbiased mind, I don't see there's anything that I can see now to say CDC could not have done this, and this government is doing it. If somebody can build hospitals, not even one, but 3, somebody building roads.
3 hospitals where?
Putting military, Emory, and the one in, how they call it, Maryland. I forget the name now. Yeah, they built one in Maryland. And then
They
market
work
structure. Market.
for the military, and then they
Yes.
I don't
The
know,
Emery.
brag for the
Emery. Emery.
military.
Emery. And then one more. I just forget the name, but it's in Maryland. That's where I come from, so I know about it. So if they could do that, right? And then building roads as well. And then started with the article Ralphie Highway that no government has ever done. It's something that we need to
What
give them
government I ever
credit.
done? The government started it before they
We
came in.
know the government is trying to do for
The roadmap of it.
full lane. What is happening there now is not what any government has ever done. The width of the road that you see there, that CDC started on the airport road, that is full.
Blueprint, everything was there. Your president even sang
Full.
about it. They left us the
Amy,
blueprint. He
Amy,
even
Amy.
sang, I am built for that song and sent it to you.
All right.
So let's be real.
So now the blueprint, that means the one the government is doing, there's no blueprint, they're doing it all by themselves. Is that correct?
No, it's the same blueprint.
Oh, okay.
They could have finished their job in 6 years. That was RIA role. They could have finished it in the 6 years they were there, but they kept it till campaign time to do a little bit of it.
Okay. Well, I don't want to argue about that. I know if this government is able to finish all her projects that she earmarked before the 6 year, I'll be very happy. That means it's going to be the first time in history that our government can complete everything that they plan to complete in the on time and on budget and everything. I'll be a very happy man. We look forward to that. So Amy, it has been a really wonderful time with you.
Yep.
I think it's time for me to for us to because it's very late for you that I can see. And
Yeah.
here is getting a little bit got a few things to do. But I want to thank you for always taking out the time to come on here, to praise this government. And
I believe you.
praise
To
the
be
wonderful.
honest about what is going on and what has been going on.
Amy, when I come into America, I will bring a gown for you to gown you because you are a good person worshiper.
Basically, make it green and white.
Of the red, green, exactly.
You put a yellow in the middle.
To represent the machine, so that we can celebrate you because you are doing a good job. So yeah, and I hope this government is going to do well because that's what we want. Amy. We want a better country. We want a better country because with a better country, we will leave other people's country in and go to our country. You know what I mean? Yes, and leave other people's country because some of us working in a place where we are the only black people there. You know what I mean? You feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? When you can see your type, among the people, someone who knows your culture, who knows who you are. You know what I mean? You can see the people among all the people you're working with. It feels different. So we want to go home. So we hope that this government is going to do, better by our people, and that we'll have a wonderful place to call home and go there and live as if we're living, overseas. So I thank you. God bless you and God bless Liberia. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, thank you, George. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight with us. And well, they all left us now. So, well, yeah, we want something. And I know people always see like we are excited about this government, and I'm excited about President Walker because, like I said, the reason why I chose to support him, he's showing me he's an older guy who wants to leave a legacy, regardless of all the criticism of all the names calling. In his cabinet meetings, messages are the one that really give me, hope, right? Does that mean there's no funny or corrupt thing going on? That's not it. But if you're caught, you will be dealt with. That's what gave us hope. Or somebody like me, right? Gave me hope. And I see the things that are happening. Is Liberia better yet? Is it where I want it to be? No, but at least I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing the city being cleaned. I'm seeing the city, I don't know, like every third Saturday or first Saturday, I see things being put in place. Do you want to know why? Do you know what they say? when people are giving a hard time, these are the same people who sit on the internet and say, "Oh, Liberians like that, Liberia criticism, right? Criticizing their own country or something all the time." But then when you're doing this to put it in the right places, they say, "Oh, they're doing this to the people that doing that to the people." And you know what is government is doing? Because this is what I hear all the time when I'm watching those videos when they're doing stuff. Oh, they don't want to do things then. They think it's something they don't, but then when you fall down there, they say, "Oh, the government, they put on doing nothing, they put on doing," so they are listening. They are taking those into consideration and changing it, and it doesn't matter who's crying. And that's what in every country in the world that wants to do the right thing, one of the people will always cry. You will not sit there and say, "Oh, let me leave it because the people crying." Then how are you gonna do your job? How are things gonna be? They are doing it as long as they're doing the wrong thing. Don't just step on somebody's toes. Don't just only somebody run it, and just because you're a government, you try to infringe on people's rights. No, that's not what we want. But if they are doing the right, the wrong thing, correct it. Yeah, people will cry. And those are the people, wait till 2029. Wait till 2029. You want to keep in the slum forever? Put somebody else there in 2029. Who cares? And that's what President Biden said. He said that the last time. He said, they will vote for somebody else. That's it. But as long as we're here, we're going to do the job. Those are the kind of things that made me to feel so proud to campaign, to sit on these platforms with my eyes being shut, sleeping in Sunday and rain campaign. It makes me feel good to hear the president that I've campaigned for speaking like that, because our people, they don't like no easy hand. And they will be there. See, or people are not something like to say, truth will be bending like this, George, for instance. Over somebody, how you want to take it from there, say, tell them, say, take it from there, costing out. Oh, they know we're not working, they're not doing but leave that there, and then the truth for them. Oh, the government saw that one here, the government do that one here. That's the thing that they will be doing. So you got to put your big boys pants on, or big girls drawers on, if you're a female who are the president, and do your job. If you listen to that Brimble narrative and crying and opposition, then you won't do anything. At the end of the day, those same opposition, they'll come and use those things like this. Or they you see, we told you they will not do anything, but you're doing something. They try to muddy, they try to brainwash the people that think that something bad they're doing. But while you're doing it, just make sure. You see all of these things that are going on, before 2029, all of the projects will be shown. They will be clear and visible, and then people can make that decision and see what there was bad thing being done to them or not. Until then, we say thank you. Thank you, Edwin. Have a great night. Thank you for coming, George. Always. We all are doing this together, not just me. You're here too. We thank you all for watching. Continue to share, please, so other people can watch it. And we'll see you guys. Well, maybe Thursday, because I don't think we'll be here Wednesday. I got something to do tomorrow. We'll see you by the grace of God. Till next time, you guys. Good night and good day, George. Until your sister will come to Australia. Love you.